Report a shots fired at officers trying to stop the vehicle.
We have one officer shot.
We got shots fired. Sounded like an automatic firearm.
Copy, code red, shots fired.
We have an active shooter. We have an active shooter inside the fairground.
Now it's Shots Fired with your hosts TJ Kirgin, Dinah Death Milberg, and the lovely Krystal Powers.
What's up? We are back. It's Shots Fired. It's Saturday, a.k.a. Sig Glock and Colt, broadcasting from Chesterfield, Missouri at 93.3 Real Talk with my cohorts, my partners in crime, the lovely Krystal Powers.
Hello.
You do that every time.
I know, I'm sorry.
And Dinah Death
That
Milberg.
was so weak. Just,
Yeah, she's
hello.
she does so much better on social media.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have
But you have to
I have this like soundtrack in my head of like, yeah, and I like don't want to be too overboard. So
All
I'm like,
this loudness in your head, and then it comes out.
That's my life. Yep, that's me.
Yeah. So if you're new to listening to this station because you just stumbled across the dial and
We're sorry.
We have 50,000 watts. We are actually some knuckleheads in St. Louis, Missouri. Ex-law enforcement, ex-military.
More
and,
knuckle dragger than knucklehead.
Knuckle dragger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer knuckle dragger.
I resemble
Knuckle
that.
dragger
And,
American.
You know,
is
if
all.
I'm ex-law enforcement, you're ex-military.
Alleged.
What would you be ex?
Ex-wife. I'm sorry.
Well, and
played.
that does qualify you to be on this show.
That was the first thing that came into my head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Touche.
I'm for the
we
record,
talk-
I'm currently married. Okay.
We talk about self-defense. We talk about firearms. We talk about the Constitution and your rights to carry those firearms. Your rights to defend yourself. You know, here in Missouri, we've got the stand your ground and the castle law. So we've got all the right laws to be able to protect yourselves against the thuggery and the
Quite a bit of it.
the murdery people that are out there that seem to be encouraged lately by our politicians and by our what do you call them, prosecuting attorneys.
If that's what you want to call them.
Well, our not so prosecuting attorneys. Is that the DAs, the district attorneys, the do nothing district attorneys
Accurate.
that have literally they've literally weaponized the criminal justice system against the victim. And we are seeing that in St. Louis, the hellhole that is St. Louis, the crime-ridden, post-apocalyptic downtown St. Louis, where recently a 16 was it a 16-year-old girl?
16 or
16 or 17-year-old girls here visiting town, for volleyball.
Yeah.
And she gets not shot, believe it or not, but she gets run over by a car that is like airborne and flipping through the area.
Yeah.
Rips both of her legs almost completely off.
She had to get both
God.
amputated.
Her father was a multiple combat tour Marine. Immediately applied makeshift tourniquets to his daughter, and was able to at least save her life by using belts of the people that are around him. Because he obviously didn't have any tourniquets on him. We talk about that on this show. Carry tourniquets with you. Nobody does it. Nobody does it. Everybody carries it. Yeah, everybody carries a gun now.
Yeah.
Some people carry a knife. Some people carry a flashlight. But nobody are carrying tourniquets. And you are more likely to cut yourself on something and bleed out than you are to, or shoot yourself in the leg with your own gun. You need the tourniquet for that, right? But anyway, that's the kind of stuff we talk about on this show. And so in St. Louis, this girl loses her legs. I don't know the whole story. I'm not going to get into names and stuff like that, but I've seen it enough on the news to be intelligent enough about it that the guy driving the car, the bad guy, he not only didn't have a driver's license, he was supposed to be in jail because of a robbery charge that he had and he had been let out on house arrest. So he had an ankle bracelet on when he did this. He had violated the ankle bracelet terms, or not terms. I'm getting my
Terms of
business.
agreement?
Yeah, the terms that he agreed to with the criminal justice system in St. Louis. He had violated the requirements of his house arrest 51 times. On average, once every 3 days, he would violate his house arrest. And they still didn't put this piece of SHT in jail. And when the family says, why was this guy not in jail? Our district attorney, another piece of SHT, said, well, the witness to the robbery died. And so we couldn't, that's why we had to postpone the case. And turns out they're lying.
Really?
Yeah, the witness ain't dead.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the witness came out like, I'm here.
Hello,
I'm here. I'm not dead.
Are you guys planning something?
Yeah.
'Cause that's
And
awkward.
so then now the city is reeling and backpedaling. And
I don't
and
think
so,
it's sued.
yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that's on the table. But the fact is, this is just one example of the absolute failed criminal justice system in democratic cities and democratic states across the country that is fueling the need for everyday Americans to arm themselves and, if at all possible, just absolutely avoid those areas. Like the plague.
I went to a concert last week, and a local St. Louis City officer, when I told him where I went and the route I went, looked at me like I was crazy and said, next time, hit me up first and I'll give you an escort. Because I had no idea the area was that bad. I'm from Lincoln County. I don't know how different parts of St. Louis are. And apparently, when you're down off of
Grand and Shoto?
No, it was worse than that. Natural Bridge and Salisbury.
Okay. Yeah.
Apparently, that's not a great area.
Yeah, when I was the Popo in St. Louis, I worked off of Natural Bridge and Skinker.
That's not much better.
Yeah, Natural Bridge and Skinker. Natural Bridge and Goodfellow. That was my stomping grounds.
Yeah, that's not much better.
Yeah.
But apparently it's that bad.
But here's the deal. So the good news that has come out, because the stink that the family, now this family was from out of town. They were visiting for this volleyball tournament. So they actually came back into town this week, testified, about these things. It's made it across the news. And now the Attorney General of the state of Missouri, Andrew Bailey, has announced today, we are giving Kim Gardner, that's the district attorney, the do-nothing attorney, until noon tomorrow to resign. If she refuses, she will face immediate removal proceedings in the form of writ of quo warranto brought by our office.
Oh, that was actually sent yesterday.
Okay, I see 17 hours ago. So
so
late
she's
last
got
night.
today.
So she's got to the end of the day today. As Attorney General, I want to protect the people of St. Louis. That includes protecting victims of crime and finding justice for them. Instead of protecting victims, Circuit Attorney Gardner is creating them. My office will do everything in its power to restore order and eliminate the chaos in St. Louis caused by Kim Gardner's neglect of her office. Now, I also see our St. Louis mayor is also calling, basically dumping this all on the district attorney. When you know very well that the mayor is just as much a piece of SHT as the district attorney.
110%.
And 100% culpable for this and for all of the other quote-unquote backlog of criminal justice cases in the city.
Well, and when I read that quote, I saw that quote, that was exactly what I assumed. I hadn't heard this story about this poor girl. That's what I just assumed it was like the case with LA, all of these horrible people who are allowed to just join the population again.
Yeah, we don't put anybody in jail anymore. Look at Illinois with the what do we call it? The purge law.
Yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting what they called that.
I'm pretty sure that still hasn't gone into effect, right? Isn't there some sort of stay order on it? But they want murder 2, kidnapping and rape to be ticketable offenses so that you're just released back into the population.
Yeah.
So that you can then go terrorize your victim and make them not testify.
Even if you are if you don't identify as conservative, how can you not see that is planned ineptitude? I don't understand. How can you not acknowledge that?
I think it's more than planned ineptitude.
Ignorance.
I think it's planned destruction of America by allowing the cities to become cancer.
Yes.
And basically rotting America from the urban zones out. And this is nothing new. I mean, cities have always been dangerous places.
Yeah.
Right.
But in the past, we've seen historically, like New York, they were able to clean it up.
Yeah. Under Giuliani, it was like the lowest it had been in like 100 years or something ridiculous like that. I mean,
because they gave the cops teeth, they gave them backing, they gave them support, and they gave the district attorneys, power to support the police and to prosecute the bad guys and put them in jail and keep them there.
Yeah.
What we've got now is we've got district attorneys that are basically It's their job to keep the criminals out of jail and in your house and in your driveway and in your car, raping you, beating you, killing you. And then when you shoot one of them,
you're in trouble.
Even though you got stand your ground and Castle Law, that same district attorney is going to come after you with all guns blazing to try to prove that you violated that statute somehow, some way, and put you in jail because you killed a criminal.
That's what you're saying. Drag the body to St. Charles County.
Well, obviously, we all have a choice about where we live, and I would venture to say that the majority of the listeners of this show are living in areas that that this entire segment doesn't mean anything to them because they could give two SHTs about St. Louis. But you know what? We have to care because we're close enough that the fallout can blow across the river.
Oh, well, this just got announced. Gardner did her press conference, and she said that she will not allow continuing a harassment against her and will not be stepping down.
Ooh, there's a war between the state and the city coming down. That's going to be fun to watch. We'll be back right after this. Got to go pay the bills.
So, we're back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what happens when you legalize marijuana and guns, folks. That you get announcers that start sounding like that. Yes, the bong stock is happening. We talked about that last week's show. If you haven't listened to any of these shows before, they are all available podcast, right? So you can literally go back 170 shows ago, and you can start listening to all of them moving forward. Or if you just want to listen to the ones that Krystal is in, I almost put you in one of those they them pronouns by saying
I'm a she. I'm always going to be a she.
If you just want to listen to the good stuff with Krystal, go back just about a year. So we've been doing this. There's lots of them, though. There's lots of them. Oh, yeah. Krystal's been on the show for over a year.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah, we've been doing this show for like 4 years now, I think.
Really?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my defense, I don't remember last week.
We don't know if anybody's listening. We know Alex's mom's listening.
Yeah.
And if you're listening, Mom, I would like some toffee. Brought to me, please, and just don't give it to Alex because he always feeds it to the guys at the shop.
You have to actually show up.
Right, but if I know the toffee's there, I will meet your mom.
Yeah, but last time, by the time you got there, it wasn't there.
Correct. His mom makes the best toffee.
This is a real life situation.
No,
I don't know if
fire.
It's like crunch. It's like no, it's really not. It's just crunchy goodness that stokes my inner diabetic child.
Yeah, everyone literally fights over it.
I'm here for this.
Yes.
Yep, there's an inner fatty in me that
people who don't work
sweets.
for us anymore find out it's there and come in to have some.
Does she sell it?
No.
Oh, that makes
It's
it
not
more
a dope dealer. It's chocolate, woman. Dear God.
No, if you're good at something and it makes people happy, you should make money off it.
I keep telling my wife that she started baking. She's got her own sourdough going, right? So she
I'm
got.
a fan.
I would have liked some.
So she's actually,
her.
she's actually got the cultures growing, and she's got this living, and she feeds it every day, and she splits it off. She has, what do you call that? Discard. And so every day, basically, she's making something with discard. She's making the best waffles I've ever had, pancakes, cakes, English muffins, banana bread, chocolate bread.
Cool.
She's just going crazy. And my son and I are like, well, hey, Heaven Sent Bakery closed. Yeah. Why don't we buy the Heaven Sent Bakery building, turn it into Tactical SHT with a bakery inside, and then because it's legal to put marijuana and guns together, we could have like a dispensary bakery going at the same time.
You're giving people ideas, and this is a fantastic idea.
I tell you what, I am an entrepreneur, and I'm here to party.
Glazed ganja guns.
Glazed guns. I like the idea of glazed
quick.
guns. Glazed ganja and guns.
Yeah.
I like that. Somebody right now is feverishly buying glazedganjaandguns.com to squat on that on GoDaddy. Oh, man. So, hey, Alex, this morning you sent me a video from Gorilla Ammo of their new 285 grain fracturing subsonic 8.6 Blackout.
I want that to be my new home defense setup.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, man,
it's disgusting.
My 300 Blackout is my home defense inside gun.
Yeah.
Right? I have an inside gun. I have a close outside gun. I've got an outside suppression gun in case multiple black trucks pull up and need to be suppressed rapidly. I've got a lot of different guns to go to depending on the need at my home. And my 300 Blackout suppressed Mark 18, 10.3 inch AR-15
with the whisper pickle.
With the whisper pickle. That's a
the look on her face right now.
What in God's green earth?
You've never had a whisper pickle in your
pickle?
All the cool kids have whisper pickles.
Well, I'm cool with not being a cool kid. What is a whisper pickle?
Suppressor.
A silencer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this bless your soul. That's the most amazing name
Yeah,
I've
it's a whisper
ever.
pickle.
Have you ever shot a whisper pickle with a fun switch? It's a good time.
Life-changing.
So anyway, my 300 Blackout, I love it because I run grind hard.
That there's known as the Whisper Pickle Deluxe.
Yes, I run a 300 Blackout round in my in-home defense mags. Right, a 300 Blackout is the same case size as a 223 or a 5.56.
Yeah.
However, it's trimmed down with a much larger 30 caliber bullet, about the size of an AK bullet, but a little bigger maybe.
It's a 308 bullet.
It's actually a 308 bullet.
It's actually a 308 bullet.
And it's fired by pistol powder.
Yeah.
Right. Which makes it a much slower velocity round. Right. Which allows it to be absolutely subsonic by its weight and its speed.
Yeah.
So literally, shooting this gun in the house is like clicking a typewriter of death. And I run grind hard ammunition in it because I run their Lehigh defense rounds. And the Lehigh defense round, when it enters a fluid medium, such as yourself, it basically takes those fluids in and it uses hydraulics to expand itself into essentially what I like to call a boat anchor.
Yeah.
Which
of death.
Yeah, it's stopping power by definition, right?
Is that what Biden was talking about when he said blowing your lungs out?
Oh no, that's 9 millimeters
That's
is
all
what
sounds.
Biden was talking about. So we'll talk about lung removal 9 millimeters here in a minute.
Okay.
But anyway, so 300 Blackout, it's a pistol caliber. It doesn't over penetrate.
No.
And it won't kill your neighbor in the next door house. Blah 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 blah. But it definitely puts a ton of mass on target. And with these Lehigh defense rounds, very, very devastating.
Very.
Okay. But now I see this 8.6 Blackout with a fragmenting 285 grain, and each of the fragments is the size of a 223 bullet.
Yeah.
Can you please explain to me and the listeners what an 8.6 Blackout is? And
So they decided a 300 wasn't enough.
Okay.
Because 300 Blackout is, especially in the subsonic form, very much limited by range. You're looking at,
Yeah, it's like throwing a beer can across a lake.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a 200-yard gun.
Yeah.
So they decided to make a AR-10 version. So it is a 6.5 Creedmoor casing, if I remember correctly, which is a 6.5 Creedmoor in itself. Very fast, medium weight bullet, lighter than 308 somewhat. But very fast-moving laser beam of death.
Yeah, 800 to 1,500 yards or more.
Yeah, typically around 125 to 140 grain. This time they necked it up to a 338 Federal bullet. So you're looking at 200 to 350 grain. These 285 grains, the heaviest subsonic 300 Blackouts you typically find. I know you can hand load heavier, but typically you find.
That's what she said.
True story. About 220 grains, and this is 285. They are Q is the company that really came out with 8.6 Blackout in their fixed rifle series. Kevin, the owner of Q, uses this rifle in Africa to drop water buffalo at about 300, 400 yards.
Oh, wow.
Water buffalo and Cape buffalo, which those are not tiny buffalers, and they're
At 450 yards.
Yeah, with subs. The supersonic 8.6 Blackouts are good to engage targets out to about $1,000. The subsonics, again, remember 300 Blackout is usually good to about 250. 8.6 Blackout subs are good to about 500 or 600 yards. For subsonics, that's unheard of.
Okay, have you fired one yet?
Yes.
Okay, what's the recoil impulse like? What would you compare it to? Is it 4.58 SOCOM thumpy?
Have you ever shot a 6.5 Grundle or 6.8 SPC?
Yes.
I have not. No.
AK.
AK?
I'd say it's similar to AK recoil.
Okay.
Bolt action available or AR-15.
And completely silent, accurate at 450 yards.
Yeah, when I hit steel at 350 at SHOT Show, it sounded like I hit it with a sledgehammer.
So what's the muzzle velocity of this round? And how the heck does it stay in the air?
I will tell you right back after this message.
Oh, we do have to go to break, don't we? Hey, and after that, we're going to tell you exactly why TacticalSht will be going out of business soon. We'll be back.
What you gonna do when they come for acting
We
like a
are back. And by the way,
Yeah.
we finally have our first customer in the shop. I'm waiting for info on the barrel. It's our first 8.6 Blackout build.
So we can actually build 8.6 Blackouts for our customers at our St. Peter's location?
Yeah.
Because we build essentially guns for our customers, right? We don't build the guns. We build the upper for their lower receiver.
Correct.
All 2 pins, really easy to do. Now sooner or later we're going to get our SOT-07 so we can actually put in triggers and things like that for you. But until then, you have to do that yourself, and that's what YouTube videos are for. But I don't think Tactical SH. Oh, you guys both did it.
Oh.
T is going to be around very much longer.
No, it's true. It's true.
No, while I was sitting here doing this show, I read an article from Firearms Chronicles. Federal bill on ammo control would ban online sales. According to this, let's see here, Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act of 2023. The measure was filed last month by Congress. At least I just find out about it 30 days later. By U.S. Rep. Bonnie Watson Coleman, a New Jersey Democrat. Coleman was endorsed for office last fall by the national anti-gun groups, including billionaire Michael Bloomberg's Everytown organization. To Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act is one step in the right direction of slowing the proliferation of guns and ammunition, said Watson Coleman in a statement. The proposal would establish the licensing of ammunition dealers, who would then be required to confirm the identity of customers seeking to purchase ammo by verifying valid photo ID in person. As such, it would place prohibitions on current widespread practices of buying ammo online. And yes, if that happens, we probably going under. And that's the kind of things that the left are doing to target the firearms industry.
Wait,
and it
I have
makes
a
my
question.
blood boil.
You have to show ID to buy ammo?
No. Well, in some states you do.
That's wild.
Depending on
Yeah,
what
like
color the
Illinois,
state
you
is.
have to show your FOID card.
Yeah.
If you're in Illinois, we don't care.
Nuts.
Right. So if you order ammo from us from Illinois, in order for us to ship it into Illinois, you have to send us a copy of your FOID card, so that we can verify that you have the right in your state to receive ammunition.
That's super.
In the state of New York, we cannot even ship to you, even if you have a concealed carry permit, or if you're a law enforcement officer. We cannot ship to your house. We have to ship only in California and New York to a federal firearms dealer.
Yep.
And so that's what this act is trying to do, is make that a 50-state thing, a federal requirement. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I mean, that'd be a huge business disruption for major companies like Cabela's, Bass Pro, Academy, Midway USA, Brownells, to name just a few. And, we are a big deal when it comes to ammunition. Like, we are one of the largest, I'd say we're in the top 10 or 20 easily in the country for ammo. No matter where you are in the country, we should, we're a leader of that. We always have really great selection and really low prices. Our prices are usually, 10% less or better than most of those other companies I just mentioned. Might have to wait an extra couple days to get it because we're not Amazon. We don't have robots working for us like Midway USA. But nonetheless, if that bill passes, this New Year's or this April 1st might be a real going out of business sale for us, because I don't think we could survive that. Ammo is too big a part of what we do.
It would hurt. It would definitely hurt.
For sure. Hey, speaking of that, are we going to have a going out of business sale April 1st like we always do?
I would assume so. It's been a minute. I feel like we should.
I love this so much.
Yeah, well, we haven't done it in a couple of years, actually, because our old bank got upset.
Will we now have to call it the semi-annual since it's not been annual?
Well, no, semi-annual would mean that we go out of business more than once a year, which if you compare it to weekends-only furniture, we could probably do that.
I don't know. Sometimes after talking to you, I feel like that's an accurate statement.
Oh, I'm just a fatalist. But no, nonetheless, we've always had a really big sale on April 1st every year. And from year one, we called it our going out of business sale. And it was an April Fool's joke, right? Mm-hmm. And then year two, we did our second annual going out of business sale.
Nobody got it.
Yeah, nobody gets it. They're like, oh my God, I love your company. I'm sorry to hear you guys are going. And, it's like, then it was the 3rd annual going out of business sale,
Still
the 4th
nobody got
annual. And we even make all the graphics in the emails and in the social media, just like the furniture company sales you see all the time. Like, going out of business, everything must go. This inventory liquidation clearance event is this weekend and this weekend only. Yeah.
You're really good at that.
I feel like you've done that before.
Thanks.
We've gone out of business a lot.
If you are going out of business, contact me. I will be your going out of business voice guy.
You're really good at the voice guy. I imagine you like practicing in the mirror.
No, actually, that's a whole nother story. So when I quit being a cop, I went to work for my father's ad agency. And our ad agency specialized in radio and television advertising.
You did do voice ads.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
And so as a media guy, I worked for all kinds of clients: home builders, car dealers, mortgage companies, distributors, manufacturers, banks. Didn't matter. I have clients in every category on earth. And when I would read them the script that we wrote for them, they would always say, "Well, you do it." And a lot of people said I sounded like Casey Kasem.
Oh,
and
yes.
So eventually I learned from guys like Drew here, how to not pop my peas. And, and to actually inflect my voice. And that's where this all came from. So I am not new to radio. No, I've been doing this a long time. My uncle was actually Bob Osborne. He ran the Trading Post on KMOX. For years and years back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever the hell that was. And then my father actually worked for CBS Radio as well.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's in your blood.
It is. It's like HIV.
That's
doesn't go away.
Took a weird turn there.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
Yeah, so 86 Blackout, the magic behind it is, you've got your 300 Blackout and 5.56 both actually prefer the same twist rate, a 1 in 7. So round spins 1 twist per every 7 inches. 308's typically 1 in 10, which is 1 rotation every 10 inches. 8.6 did something really different. They did a 1 in 3, which has never been done before. So that is 1 rotation per every 3 inches. They said something. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's been a minute since I had the conversation with the guy. The guys who developed the barrel said that with 1 in 3, 308, you're looking at 300,000 revolutions per minute. For their round, 86 Blackout is 1 million.
1 million revolutions per minute?
Yeah, it's an insane amount. So think of it this way. You know how the most accurate football players, like quarterbacks, to really throw a laser beam, it's a very fast spiral. Mm-hmm. Same principle. They're able to take a big,
analogy.
Heavy bullet, and the subsonics will, in order to be subsonic, depending on elevation.
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Yeah. I think you can only play about 5 seconds of this song.
This is what I'm going to listen to every time I shoot that bullet.
I mean, it's accurate. It does keep rolling endlessly.
Keep on rolling, baby. A million revolutions a minute?
I literally can't grasp that. That's crazy.
It's fast. So because of that, subsonic means it's less than supersonic. So typically, depending on your elevation, humidity.
You got to be pretty humble to shoot that bullet.
Right under 1,100 feet per second. I think for Missouri, it's like 1,056.
Wow.
So supers, I want to say it's in the upper 3s. There's such a wide variance of bullet weights with this. Like, I've heard some as low as 180s all the way to 350s. There's huge variance in what they can do with rounds in these. The supers are moving close to 20, 24, 26.
How many twists per inch is there in this barrel to get it revolutionizing at 1 million revolutions a minute?
1 twist per 3 inches.
So it's
actually double
less,
the speed of 5.56.
So it's less twists per in the barrel, but somehow it spins. There's
more
one,
twists.
But one twist every 3 inches.
Yeah. So 5.56 is 1 twist every 7. So
that's where I was wrong.
Over double a 5.56.
Wow.
If you look down the barrel, it's a twisty boy. It's got more twist than a Twizzler.
Have you ever seen someone fire like a 9mm into a frozen lake?
I mean, no.
Well, actually, I saw it the other day. There's a video on social media, and I've seen it before. You fire like a Glock.
Oh, and it's still spinning.
Pretty much straight down into the ice, and the ice stops the bullet, but the bullet doesn't stop spinning, and then it spins around like
like rims in North County. They stop, but they keep spinning.
They just keep spinning and spinning. Yeah.
Bless you.
But and so the bullet spins on the ice like a top, like a really fast top.
That's
Can you
wild.
imagine what that would look like? I mean, would it somehow, if you shot it into the bed of a lake, an ice bed, could you possibly alter the spin of the Earth by the cavitation caused by the million revolutions a minute on the ice?
I feel like it's probably not enough mass. But
This is the kind of science project that I am down to mess with.
Dislocate its axis temporarily.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I just want to see what it does to a bad guy.
That would be...
it's a little morbid, I get it, but like, I hope someone uses one in self-defense at some point in time. Just, just for friend's sake.
For friend's sake?
Yeah, friend asked about it.
So Mark just texted in and said that the Gardner is now going after the Attorney General for voter suppression. That's what she's accusing him of.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's going to work out.
Voter suppression.
Well, you got to throw something back. So.
Yeah. She's got a team of liberal lawyers just chomping at the bit to go
somebody
after
with
this.
a lot of money behind all that.
Mm-hmm. So, Alex, you've got an event coming up, a night vision event at TacticalSht in St. Peters, Missouri, that is, St. Peters, Missouri. Can you tell us a little bit about that? You got 2 minutes. Go.
Yeah, this one's going to be fun. So, March 3rd, show up around 5:30 or 6. I'm not sure when the sun sets on March 3rd, so we'll find out.
PM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up. We're going to have about 5 or 6 different types of night vision available for you to basically walk around the parking lot and test out if you're interested in getting night vision. But also, after I've talked a little bit about it, answered some questions, let people navigate through the parking lot with, green phosphor, white phosphor, single tool, dual tubes. Then I am going to cut power to the warehouse. I'm going to have approximately 5 or 6 targets throughout the warehouse. No,
okay,
better.
Sorry.
We ordered a Daniel Defense trademarked Mark 18 airsoft replica, and I've got a U.S. night vision IR laser illuminator. I'm going to put it on the airsoft rifle and let people go through a little course of fire through our warehouse with an airsoft gun, clearing it out with nods on so they can see what it's like to maneuver through a building, shoot and move with a IR laser in conjunction with night vision.
This sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's like the full night vision experience.
I want to be there. That sounds really fun.
That would be awesome.
Anybody who goes through the whole thing and sits through everything, comes to the workshop afterwards, if they do want to pull the trigger and buy a set, which we have all available, I'm going to do 5% off.
Yeah, and we are also working to try to get financing set up before that event.
Oh, awesome.
So that if you do decide to pull the trigger on a $3,000, $4,000, $8,000, or $12,000 set of night vision, we can offer low monthly payments at a decent interest rate.
Legit.
That's something I'm working on right now.
I literally just had this conversation with a customer this morning where he's like, I might just get a new credit card and order it because he's pretty set on. We just got a set of 1531s in, and he's already ready to take them home.
Yeah, it's my understanding we can use Cordova in the store, and so we're already approved for that. So we're working with them right now to set that up. But yes, please come to that.
That would be so fun.
I'm going to try to be there as well, and we will we'll have a little bit of nighttime fun with airsoft things.
Dude,
we're actually trying to. That's another thing too. If you guys that are listening want more airsoft stuff, St. Louis and Missouri is not a big airsoft area. Like our stores down in Florida and Orlando and Tampa have a ton of airsoft people around. People that are into that. There's not a lot of places here in St. Louis and Missouri to go do airsoft. Very small community. Most people here just go do real gun stuff.
Yeah.
Problem is with real gun stuff, there's not a lot of ranges that allow you to move and shoot. To shoot from behind cover.
Yeah.
Or force on force.
To sling a rifle. Well, of course not. St. Louis, you could do force on force.
I was going to say, you can do force on force once.
But so if you guys think airsoft would be something you'd like to see, at our store. We sell more than guns. We sell more than ammunition. We sell more than gear and armor and holsters and lights and lasers. We sell less than lethal. We've got tasers. We've got pepper spray. We've got the new Byrna pistols.
Yeah.
The new Byrna pistols are really cool because they're basically a paintball gun that either shoots a paintball full of pepper spray or,
This is cool.
and you can mix them, what they call a kinetic ball, which is essentially a solid paintball. And it's a pretty amazing how fast a grown man drops after you shoot him in the chest
Big
three
ouch.
times with a solid paintball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine.
400 feet per second, just enough to knock the wind out of somebody. We have all kinds of different things from lethal to less than lethal. Airsoft is not even considered less than lethal. Airsoft is for training. It's you can use it to teach your kids how to manipulate that firearm because they're exact replicas of Glock 19s or Mark 18s or whatever. But you can also use it to train clearing your home and not and to train working your sling, or in this case, work with night vision and not run the risk of danger and high liability and things like that. Like for a company like ours, if we were going to run live fire with night vision with people that didn't know what they were doing, our insurance company would be like, F you
Hilarious.
are.
Yeah.
But with the airsoft, it gives all the same manipulations, all the same failure points, the same feel, the same presentation, the same ability to use the IR light, the IR laser, the same ability to engage a target and know if you hit it or not and where, without the threat of death.
I feel like that's really great for newbies too, because it takes a lot of the fear away from like, what if I?
Oh my God! What if I get a welt?
I think we're out of time.
Are we out of time? Is that the end of the show? No. Oh, we've got another one. We'll go to break then. We'll be back. All right, we're back.
Hello.
You are horrible about
Oh my God! We need a new female co-host. If you are listening, and I'm just kidding. I would never get rid of Krystal. No, well, I just looked at her and I was like, come on, say something. Put you on the spot.
We were just talking about
it's
cars.
only live radio.
Can we talk about cars on
Yes,
this
we can
show?
talk about cars.
I'm really stoked about this. You guys were like, apparently, I already know about this, and it's cool.
What,
but I've already
you talking
seen
about the
this.
Resvani?
Yes.
Yes.
Doesn't Exhibit have one?
I think he ordered one. Yeah, I don't know.
Exhibit or Buster Rhymes. He drove it to when he did training at Terran Tactical. Terran did like a secondary video on that because he got one of the old ones, not the new one.
Yeah, they've been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
Resvani.
Yeah, I've never heard of the brand. I just saw this video.
They're armored,
and,
massive motors, like
well, it
run
says
flats.
it sprays pepper spray out of the side mirrors. So if somebody like comes up to your window, you can just please
That's
back
awesome.
up. Oh, it also has an intercom.
You can
Do you know how much I can do with that?
Hey, I could save you $700,000. All you got to do is mix oleoresin, capsicum, pepper spray in your windshield wiper fluid.
Genius.
Right?
Did you know that you can change the direction of your windshield wiper fluid reservoir?
So when a cop pulls me over,
yeah. Cop walks up to the window like, squirt. Oops, sorry.
That's what she said.
windows.
Need a Kleenex, officer? You look like your allergies are bothering
That was
you.
so good, and you guys just missed it.
No, I got you.
What did I miss?
You're gonna have to listen.
Oh no, I'll have to watch the video back.
Have you ever actually watched one
I'm
of
not
these?
looking at you anymore. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this one.
I didn't do anything. I just said things.
Also, what she said.
So, what do you want? One of these Resvanis?
Okay,
I think they're like
yes.
$700,000 armored truck.
Here's the thing.
Where you could steal one
Every
from Brains.
woman wants to feel safe in her vehicle, especially if she has kids. That's why, you get all these soccer moms who drive, minivans. That's not what I'm
here's the
talking
key.
about, though.
Put
I'm
a
talking about,
99 one
huge
sticker on the
SUVs.
back. No one will get near you.
No. I just want to feel safe. Like, everybody knows if you're in a car accident, the bigger vehicle always wins, right?
Theoretically, yeah.
Usually. Okay, that's just a generalization.
I mean, you're a lot safer in a Ford F-350 than you are in a hatchback
so this
Miata
thing
or
looks
whatever.
freaking huge.
It is.
And it's like literally bomb-proof from the
Yeah.
bottom. Like, my kids will be safe. This is perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making a pitch to moms for this.
I mean,
for this armored vehicle.
Does St. Charles County have a huge IED problem I wasn't aware of?
No, but it's like just in case.
Not yet.
Great. I'm gonna move.
Hey, speaking of problems, St. Louis, the new soccer stadium?
Yeah, already taking bullet holes in the parking garage.
Yeah, the parking garage is already pot-marked. Like it's a building in Syria.
Literally, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, and by the way, the building, the pot-marked parking garage concrete where all the bullet marks are is also windowed to the parking garage. So that means some of those rounds that they're spraying and praying with their Glock switches against that parking garage superstructure are going into that concrete garage and then ricocheting from the floor to the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling, from the floor to the ceiling.
How do you guys know about this? Can you see it from the freeway?
The one of the news stations did a story on it the other night, and then we understand ballistics. We also understand hardcover and things like that. So literally, if you're in this parking garage and somebody does that, imagine being in the parking garage and having somebody outside just spray the parking garage with bullets. Bullets bounce off concrete.
You're basically inside a pinball machine.
Yeah, you're in a pinball machine of death.
Pinball machine of death. That should be on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's so scary. That's.
So anyway, enjoy your next soccer game. Make sure you wear body armor that you get at Tactical SHT in St. Peter's.
Or just don't park in the pinball machine of death.
Don't park in the pinball machine of death.
That would be my advice.
But then if you don't park in the pinball machine of death, then you get jacked as you walk towards the stadium.
There really is no win-win.
No, there's absolutely no way to win when you're downtown. Have you ever had anything stolen from your car in the city?
No, not on one. I got a funny story though.
Okay.
I have not been to the Arch in years.
Yeah.
So like 2 weekends ago, we went to the Science Center and I took my kid to the Arch. So it's St. Louis. I haven't been in a minute. I've heard the stories, so I'm rolling with my P365 and my Dynamis just to be cautious, cover all my bases. So we're down by the riverfront. All the way up that stupid flight of stairs, go over to one of the legs of the arch, can't enter from that side. Go all the way to the other, can't enter from that side. You have to go like all the way up that big hill down in the back side of it now to enter the arch.
You got cardio.
I got all the way in there, and then see now you can't just walk into the museum. There is full X-ray and scanner and everything. So I get down there, I see it, I'm like, oh, are you serious? I had to walk all the way back to the car.
Yeah, and then you had to leave your gun and your blade in the car where it's more likely to be stolen.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
Yeah. And
then I get in there, and what do they have in the museum? Guns.
I had a laptop and a leather coat stolen out of a car one time at the home show, which I think is coming up this weekend or next weekend or something. I left it was literally parked on the street right outside the convention center, and I was driving a Tahoe at the time, and I guess they walked by and saw the coat. I used the coat to cover the laptop. They stole the coat and the laptop. So
touche.
Yeah. Touché. That strategy didn't work.
I've never had anything stolen out of a vehicle in this city, but I have in LA. Weirdly, when I wasn't living there and I was back visiting, I think it was like my grandma's funeral or something, I rented a car and we stopped by a Starbucks to say hi to a friend who worked there at the time. And the rental car was a minivan. And there was like probably, less than 6 inches between the third row seat and the window. They somehow managed, and I was just there for a weekend, so I just had a backpack. My backpack was in the very back. You couldn't see it at all. I don't know how they knew, but when I got back to the car, the whole back window was smashed, and they took my and my friend's backpack, so we had nothing to wear to the funeral, which we were going to in like 1 hour.
Welcome to
Were they
LA.
what?
Were they Hello Kitty backpacks?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows there's good stuff in Hello Kitty backpacks. What?
Come again? What? No.
That's why I keep my Mac 10 in. It's my Hello Kitty backpack.
That actually wouldn't make sense.
Hey, speaking of that, we've only got a few minutes left in the show. We want to know if you're listening. The way we can tell is if you text, there's two ways. You can text the word tactical to the number 59769. You send a text message to 59769, and the message you send is tactical. The other way is if you have the 93.3 Real Talk app, you can chat with us in the app. One of us usually watches the app on Saturday mornings, and we'll chat back with you. We're going to do a thing next week where we begin a Sweet 16 of zombie apocalypse guns.
It's going to take me till then to figure out what I'm going to pick.
Yeah, so if you're listening here at the end of the show, I want to know what guns, if you had a choice of 4 guns in the zombie apocalypse, what 4 guns would those be? And we'll talk about that. Next week, we'll do a bracketed challenge to get down to the sweetest 4-gun setup in the zombie apocalypse.
Oh my gosh, you guys are going to make fun of me so much.
Probably.
That's why you're here, Krystal.
I know. It's cool.
We'll be back next week. Talk to you guys later. Keep your head on a swivel out there and stay away from the pinball machine of...